You know, if I had a nickel for every time a Tim Burton project got turned into a cartoon a year or so after the original made bank, 2 nickels. That's how many I'd have. And one of them is Batman, the other is Beetlejuice.
It's showtime!
Hot off the trails of the 1988 classic Beetlejuice, Warner Brothers commissioned a cartoon, and it was surprisingly successful. Unlike the movie itself, it's very toned down and very not as crude as the film. It ran from September 1989 to December 1991, moving from ABC to Fox somewhere in the middle of 1991. Tim Burton was directly involved. He helped develop it for television, and he even got Danny Elfman back on board to do the show's theme. And much like any Saturday morning cartoon, this was split up into very episodic adventures, where Beetlejuice and Lydia travel between the human world and neither world, which is what they renamed the afterlife for some reason. And they're just going on wacky hijinks. And there's about 4 seasons that are currently available right now. Only way I was able to get it was buying it off Apple TV. It's nowhere convenient for streaming at the moment. And there are, get this, 94 episodes. And did I watch them all? Nope. Because I didn't have the time for that in order to prepare for this video. I watched like 4 or 5. The pilot, and a few random ones from the other 3 seasons just to get a baseline feeling for what the show's like. And it's fun and campy. Each episode is split into 2 segments across a 22-minute runtime, save for the pilot, because it's the pilot. And it, like I said, it follows the very episodic adventures of Lydia and Beetlejuice, and the large supporting cast, which does not include the Maitlands from the first movie, and also has very interesting characterizations for the main 2 leads. The easiest one to get out of the way is actually Lydia, since instead of being very creepy and gothic, she's a lot more lighthearted and honestly very upbeat, which, you know, makes sense because for a kid's show they have to really tone everything back to make it make sense and not be off-putting, especially in the 80s and 90s, which is very ironic now that I say it out loud. And Beetlejuice himself has the most drastic change, because if you remember in the first film, he was basically the villain. He was an antagonist. He was slimy, creepy, gross. He is nowhere near that bad in the cartoon. They actually dial him back significantly, going from a creepy, overarching antagonist to a lighthearted, fun-loving prankster, using his shape-shifting powers to cause mischief, and which usually leads to wacky hijinks and getting scolded by Lydia. He's more akin to Mr. Mxyzptlk from Superman mythos, instead of being just straight-up evil bad guy. And speaking of Beetlejuice and Lydia, instead of being really creepy with her, they're actually like best friends. Like I said, they hang out a lot, and Beetlejuice is Lydia's escape from a weird, boring, normal life. And no joke, in the first episode, she summons him and gets a whole magical girl transformation. Just watch.
Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice! Beetlejuice!
Oh, you weren't supposed to say the thing 3 times. Oh, hold on. Not happening. Not happening. Oh, come on. The juice is loose. Yeah, I'm not dealing with that. Alright, see what happens? Anyways, yeah, Beetlejuice the cartoon is a lot of fun, to say the least. I'm definitely gonna watch more in my free time, just because it's festive and very, I guess, in the spirit of Halloween. Might as well watch it. And, yeah, that's really all I got. Definitely give it a watch if you can. I don't know where else you can watch it, aside from just buying it off Apple TV, because streaming services are weird nowadays. But, yeah, catch y'all later, I guess.